Hi everyone, so today I'm back with a new video and I'm going to be comparing the brand new e.l.f. Camo liquid blushes next to the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Dewy liquid blushes right here. So I've seen a lot of these videos going around and a lot of people have said that the e.l.f. liquid camo blushes, and I reviewed these blushes in my past video, that a lot of people are saying that these blushes are pretty much a dupe of the Rare Beauty ones, and the Rare Beauty ones are $23, the e.l.f. are $7, and they said that the main thing of why they are such a dupe is not only the shade range, but the fact that they are dewy. So I wanted to compare them in today's video. I did like a very quick 5-minute makeup, and I wanted to just sit down and see if these are actually a dupe of one another, what the similarities are, and all of that. So if you guys are interested in seeing if this is a potential dupe for the Rare Beauty ones, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to like this video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, and starting off with the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blushes, I have the shade Hope. This is what the packaging looks like right here. These retail for $23, and I'm gonna include swatches and everything throughout the end of the video, but I'll just do a quick little swatch of the Rare Beauty one on the back of my hand. And I accidentally applied too much the one day just messing around, and let me tell you that this a little bit goes a long way. Just take a look at how far that little swatch went, but this formula is very beautiful, and like I said, a little goes a long way. So I'm going to be applying it to this side of my face right here. So I'm just going to take, and when I mean a dot, I mean a dot. So I'm just going to apply it just like right in this area right here. I think that's really pretty much all that I need because, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. And the way I'm going to blend it in is with my flat top foundation brush. You guys know this is my favorite way of applying blush. So just going to blend this into my skin. And honestly, and how I'm applying this also, I already set my face with powder, but my e.l.f. liquid blushes, they apply perfectly over powder, so I wanted to see how the Rare Beauty ones compared. And this shade, like I said, I love this type of a tone right here. This is like right up my alley, and you can see like this is blending beautifully into my skin. And I honestly, once I discovered the e.l.f. ones, and I was reading so many claims that they are a dupe for the potential Rare Beauty, I'm like, I need to sit down and record this video and just see if this is the case. But this is what the Rare Beauty one looks like on my skin. And like I can say that this one doesn't have as much of a dew compared to the e.l.f. one. I'm going to apply just like one more dot just to build up the intensity. But right off the bat, I noticed that this one isn't quite as dewy because the e.l.f. one is definitely a lot more dewy. But the reason why I love the e.l.f. one so much is because even though it's dewy, it doesn't make your skin look greasy or anything of that nature. But I've heard so much about the Rare Beauty, and that's why I had to compare them. But oh my gosh, I applied way too much. But this color and this formula is beautiful. Like, I'm having no issues with the blendability or anything of that nature so far. Okay, and then here's what the Rare Beauty one looks like blended out. Very, very beautiful shade. So the shade that I feel is the most comparable to the Rare Beauty one in e.l.f. is the shade Dusty Rose, and I will do a swatch right next to the Rare Beauty one. So here's what the e.l.f. applicator looks like right here. So I'm going to do like a little swatch right next to it. And here's what the e.l.f. one looks like. The e.l.f. one is slightly a little bit more like a peachy tone, if you guys can see. It's a little bit more of a peachy tone. But you know what? I actually did pick up another shade of e.l.f. blushes, so maybe this one is actually more comparable. I picked up the shade Suave Mauve. So let's swatch this one and see if this one maybe is closer to the Rare Beauty. This one is a little bit deeper, but I will swatch that one right here, and let's see if that one is a little bit more comparable to the Rare Beauty. So this is the shade Suave Mauve from e.l.f. right here. Here's what that one looks like right here. Let's see. I wonder if that one is actually a little bit closer to the Rare Beauty, just a little bit darker. So, I think I'm going to change my mind. I think I'm going to actually use that shade instead. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Suave Mauve. I'm going to apply the same amount as I did the Rare Beauty. And I'm going to use the same flat top foundation brush. And I already wiped off the excess onto a dry paper towel. So let's blend this one into the skin and see how it compares to the Rare Beauty. And when I first, if you guys watched my tutorial when I first discovered these e.l.f. liquid blushes, you know how how much they impressed me. Like, the formula was it's just so beautiful. And for $7, like, you would think it is a high-end product the way that it blends out onto the skin. Like, everything about this product from e.l.f. is amazing, and I'm beyond impressed. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just see if these are comparable. And like, as you guys can see, I feel like this one definitely has a little bit more of a dewiness to it compared to the Rare Beauty. I'm going to apply a little bit more, so hopefully you guys will be able to see this, but I'm going to apply just a tad bit more, and that might have been too much, but let's just blend this into the skin and let's see how these compare. But like I said, this formula is beautiful, lightweight. Everything about this is what I'm looking for when it comes to a blush, and for being so affordable, like, you honestly cannot go wrong. I did apply a little bit too much, but it's okay. I'm just gonna continue to blend this out. Okay, and here's what the e.l.f. one looks like blended out. If you guys can see, like, I feel like they are definitely comparable with the glow that they leave behind on the skin, the dewiness. I feel like the e.l.f. one is slightly a little bit more dewy than the Rare Beauty, but all in all, I feel like they are definitely comparable. So I'm going to take you guys into different lighting to see if we can actually tell more of a difference. Okay, I wanted to come in my bathroom to show you guys the comparison. So this one is the Rare Beauty right here, and you can see the glow that leaves behind on the skin. And this one is the one from e.l.f. You can definitely see the dewiness as well. And honestly, I feel like they're very similar. The only thing is the e.l.f. one is a little bit deeper in tone. But overall, I mean, I honestly, if you had told me that I applied a $7 blush here and a $23 blush here, I truthfully could not even tell the difference. I'm sure it's kind of even hard to tell the difference on camera, but in person, like, they are very comparable. And funny enough, I like how the e.l.f. one looks better. I feel like the Rare Beauty one, it looks a little bit, I don't know, it just looks a little bit drier on my skin for some reason. But the e.l.f. one just looks like, I just like the finish overall better with the e.l.f. one. So that honestly goes to prove right there that you do not need to spend a ton of money on makeup to find a product that I feel like will definitely be in my everyday makeup pile. Because truthfully, I prefer the e.l.f. one. So yeah, I hope you guys like this review. I'm trying to get better lighting so you guys can actually see the difference, but I honestly feel like I like the e.l.f. one way better. Okay, so I want to give my final thoughts on if I think that do I think the e.l.f. ones are a dupe of the Rare Beauty? I feel like they are a dupe, but in my personal opinion, I prefer the e.l.f. ones better. I just feel like they perform better on my skin. They leave my skin looking a lot more hydrated. The Rare Beauty one just looks like a little bit more textured and a little bit drier on my skin. I mean, I know I suffer from dry skin, but if I had to choose, I would definitely prefer, and I would recommend you guys to check out the e.l.f. ones. For $7, they have 9 shades. Rare Beauty, for $23, they have 13 shades. So, you know, I guess it just depends on, like, your personal preference. But me, I've always been more drawn to drugstore products overall. So me personally, I will continue to use the e.l.f. ones over the Rare Beauty. Even though this is a really nice shade, I prefer the formula 100% with e.l.f. Like, the e.l.f., in my opinion, they are finally getting the recognition that they deserve in the drugstore, because everything that they release, in my personal opinion, has been truly amazing. So I hope you guys liked my compare video, and thank you once again for all the love and support. It means the absolute world to me. I will definitely be recording some more videos soon. I have about 4 more ideas currently written down, so please continue to keep on watching, and just know that your support does not go unnoticed. I appreciate all of the love, likes, comments. You all mean the world to me, and from not being on YouTube for almost 3 years, like, I feel like I haven't missed a beat, and all of you keep me going. So just thank you very much for love and support, and I will talk to you guys very soon. And at the end of this video, I'm going to include swatches of all 3 shades, so I will talk to you guys very soon. Love you. Okay, and here are all the swatches. The first one is the Rare Beauty in the shade Hope. This is that one right there. There's one swatch in the middle. That is the e.l.f. Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. And then finally, the third one is the e.l.f. Liquid Blush in the shade Suave Mauve. As you guys can see, the finish is very similar on these blushes, 100%. The colors are not identical to the Rare Beauty, but I feel like you can still get away with them. But like I said, I still prefer the e.l.f. formula over Rare Beauty. But yeah, I just wanted to include these swatches so you guys get a better idea, and just see like what tone works better for your skin tone. And like I said, the e.l.f. one has 9 different shades altogether. So if you love this formula like I do, they have a lot more intense colors, a lot more subtle colors, but these 2 are honestly my favorite from e.l.f. Like, I feel like, especially Dusty Rose in the middle, that is definitely like my everyday blush shade. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video and my swatches of all of the liquid blushes, and I will talk to you all very soon.